everybody? You know what time it is. Grab your coffee. Let's talk. All right. What's up, everybody? I'm your girl, MiZZ Entertainment, your president of the Real Ass People Society, and welcome to Coffee Talk, where we have bold conversations around topics that matter, serving you up one hot coffee at a time. All right. I'm not in the place alone. Am I? No, I'm not. Let me introduce, or let my co-hosts introduce themselves. L Blaze.
What's going on? I don't know what day it is. What day is today? It doesn't matter. Happy day.
Yeah,
happy day. Nonetheless, what's going on, y'all? Hope y'all doing well.
That's right.
And
go ahead. Go ahead. No, you guys are and. I thought that was it.
No. Go ahead.
And what?
I was just gonna introduce him. It's fine. I'm sending it off to DJ Talented.
Yes.
Go ahead. DJ Talented, what you doing over there? Are you sleeping?
I don't sleep on Thursdays. What the day is?
It ain't Thursday.
He's just telling you don't sleep on it.
It end with day. Okay. I don't sleep on it.
Okay.
I'm waiting on me saying.
What y'all always? You know what?
Jesus.
Y'all know what the famous saying is. It's better to be above it than under it. You dig?
You dig.
She just want to steal my you dig.
Yeah, that's it. I have to come in, and just back you up with the you dig.
Aww.
And we got Mr. Adrian, our special guest in the house.
Hello, good day, everyone. Do I need to come up with a special saying?
You can. What you got?
Why not?
I'm going to go back to Old Faithful. Be flexible, pivot, and adapt.
All
There
right.
you go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. We're going to still do. How was your Thanksgiving? How about that? Because we're on the ends of Thanksgiving. We didn't really talk about our individual Thanksgiving day. So how was your Thanksgiving day?
It was amazing. I went out to eat with 5 of my friends. It was 5 of us. We went to eat at 5 Church, and I was full. And I was cute.
That's always.
So, yeah, I had fun.
That was cool. We went over my husband's family, and it was cool. That's it.
Okay. I stayed home. I actually cooked Thanksgiving meal. My spouse and I, we did Thanksgiving together with our 2 youngest kids, and they each brought a friend over. So it was just interesting to hear other 20-somethings other than my own kids in the house and crack jokes and laugh. It was warming. It felt good.
Good. Do you look at them like, y'all stupid?
Honestly, not stupid. I kind of look at them kind of as, damn, y'all are actually kind of brilliant. We did the damn thing. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because a lot of them, you be looking like, you stupid.
Yeah, but yeah, they all kind of, took turns, having conversation, and just, I would look down the table at my wife, and we'd both have that quizzical look like.
I'm talking about their friends.
They were actually like very intelligent, almost said kids, but adults themselves. So I'm glad that they actually felt comfortable bringing their friends over, and I guess they knew we were probably going to judge. So they brought the friends, and I'm like, y'all are family now. Y'all can come over for any holiday.
Okay.
Nice. I love it.
Yes.
Oh, that warms my heart. Great job. Y'all did a good job.
Because when you can actually like your kids' choices, man, you're ahead of the game. That can be challenging.
To this point, I've enjoyed their choices. That remains to be flexible later in life.
Okay.
That's like, I've only enjoyed one of my daughter's friends. He was amazing.
Okay.
He was amazing. And I actually thought that was going to be my son-in-law.
Oh.
Yeah, but he
Let
turned
it
out
go.
to not
It
like
ain't.
girls. I like the boys. And I was like,
Okay.
damn. And he came from an amazing family. He was a sweet guy. He was a sweet guy, and then he was thick, so I was like, she gonna be protected,
Really?
He was such a just respectable young man, especially at that age, high school, when they just, everybody trying to find themselves. But yeah, and he's an opera singer.
Wow.
What?
Yes, amazing voice.
Oh, she could have
Okay.
been serenaded. Okay.
Amazing voice. He came here. We came in. Well, the play that he was in. It was a black opera type play. You know, and they came. It was what? How many years ago was that? Whoa, that's been some years.
I don't know nothing.
But
You don't know nothing.
we had to go. We had to go and see him in his
Nice.
element. He is amazing, amazing. But
Are they still friends?
yeah, on Facebook.
Okay.
But yeah, I was so hurt when that is what she told me, because I just knew that was gonna be my son-in-law. Because they were close. They were thick as thieves. You know. I said yes.
Well, at least it wasn't for like something really bad. I mean, just at the end of the day, they just didn't align.
Yeah.
You know,
It could've been worse.
Could have been worse
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, the ones you dealing with now.
Damn.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
That's the only one that I like. Everybody else, oh God, Jesus. Moving on.
No. God.
DJ challenge. I was.
Thanksgiving this year seemed really short because I had to work Thanksgiving night.
Okay.
So I had the night before off.
Okay.
So I had to work Thanksgiving night. So and once I got up on Thanksgiving, cooked the meat, which was brisket, and took it over to my cousin's house, and we chilled for a couple hours. Then came back home because I had to go to sleep to go to work. So it was good to see some people that you haven't seen in a while. But yeah, it's not the same since my grandmother passed. Because normally all the women get in the kitchen and they cooking each couple dishes or whatever the case may be, and we run in and out the house getting plates out the plates, and you know, it just don't seem the same. Yeah.
I think for me, because like I said, my Thanksgiving is normally with my side of the family, and I miss them because the big thing is playing spades, you know, and them, they got their teams already and them talking shit, you know, so I actually miss that part. And then catching up on all the gossip. Because his family, they just, normally, this is the first time, because normally when I go, I'm there with probably one or two people, and we sitting there watching movies. And they all want to come and talk when we watching the movie. And I was like, God damn it. Well,
You trying to catch up on that movie.
Y'all messing it up. They're messing up the program. Y'all normally stay over there and do all your gossiping.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely miss that. Them play, because I don't play cards. I can play. I just don't. To me, I get more kick out of them competing against each other and talking shit.
Okay.
Watching us play spades, it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
And I get just as into it as most of my family, and you know,
Yeah.
we're
I love it.
putting stuff on the forehead. And,
Yes.
like,
Just over the top. So yeah.
Yes, I love it. And shout out to Teresa. She's now a Stranger Things fan.
I am. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Do you watch Stranger Things?
I do not.
Oh no!
But
Dang.
if you can convince me to watch it, I give most shows about 15 minutes to see if it holds my attention, and if it doesn't, I move on.
Have you tried it?
I have not. I've not
Okay.
tried it.
So, Stranger Things is going to need more than 15 minutes. Let me just explain to you right now.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm listening.
But so I typically like action. I'm very much like into all the action packed. I love Paradise. I love Lioness. Those were like really my jams because I really like
Okay.
to listen to how the government's so twisted because they are. And so Stranger Things. So my friends were like, "You really need to get into this. You really need to watch it." I'm like, I don't think I want to watch this because I don't
Okay.
like scary stuff. I hate
Okay.
scary stuff. I don't do it.
Okay.
But this is a different take on government-ish type stuff. Teresa
Okay.
fill in the gaps too because you watched it. But it's kind of like old school.
Okay.
So back in the day, it's kind of like very nostalgic type. So you're going to
Okay.
see like a lot of those different elements. They do have, what do you want to call the Demogorgon? It's like a
Yeah, I
thing.
guess it's a good and evil type
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can kind of bring a lot of the similarities to your real life.
Got it.
But they have Demogorgons, they have the Mind Slayer. And these kids are like on this adventure to really like find out what's going on in another world.
Okay.
And I don't want to give you too much.
All right, I'm gonna add this to the list.
But I need you to get past season 1. I feel like you have to watch season 1 because after that, it builds a very good story, and it takes a long time to build the storyline. And I am very ADHD. It took me a while, but somebody said stay with it. And when I say I stay with it, and it was really good.
Okay.
I thought even season 1, I thought it was good.
See, I thought it was like season 2 we really get to it. Because
I mean, of
what's
course,
happening?
it's gonna build, but
Yeah.
I was locked season 1.
So action, you're going to get action.
Okay.
You're going to have kids in there. They're going to grow like... So
Some
I like
cussing
it.
kids, though.
They some cussing kids. They some cussing kids. Yes, so I like it. It's really... It's cool. And now I got to watch the other 2 episodes that just came out. I haven't watched them yet, so...
So I keep a running list of recommended like shows or movies that most of my friends know I don't watch a lot of TV. My idea of watching TV is either live sports
Okay.
or reality TV.
Don't get her... Do not get her started on reality TV,
What's
please.
your reality TV show?
Right now, we're watching Married at First Sight.
Okay, I don't watch that.
Okay.
Huntsville? No,
It's-
you said
No, Married at First Sight.
Yeah, right now
Oh,
they're
we used to
based out
watch
of
that.
Austin.
Okay,
Texas. That's where
okay.
they are now.
That's
I've seen it.
Love and Marriage. What you
Yes,
talking about?
yes. That's what I was thinking.
We watch 90 Day Fiance.
Oh,
I've
you
seen
like
that.
those type of reality
We
shows.
watch Seeking Sister Wives. I just get a kick out of just the drama.
Okay.
Do you
And
do
the
any of the Love and
dysfunction
Hip
of
Hop or Love and Marriage or Love and Medicine?
We tried to start Love and Marriage. I'm sorry, Love and Medicine. Thank you. Because we watched like all of the Atlanta Housewives, but we went through all of that. So we tried the Love and Medicine, and it just didn't grab me.
Resonate, right, okay.
It didn't grab me. And maybe it's because I don't have an interest in medicine like that. We'll
That's
try
the
it
least
again.
that they do. It's medicine. That's the least they do.
So we'll try it again. But I know the first time it didn't grab either of us.
So I'm watching now is Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
that's the
I know
one.
that's ratchet.
They
It's
got
gotta be ratchet.
Michael Blackston on there now.
Who?
The comedian, the African comedian Michael Blackston.
Oh, yeah.
You mother sucker.
Yeah. Okay.
This motherfucker. He said he went on Trick Show. He said, "Ooh, somebody uglier than me." I said, "Ooh."
Whose show?
Wow.
Trick Daddy got his own cooking show.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And Michael
Trick
said, "Yeah,
Daddy
finally somebody uglier than me."
That's what I'm saying. Trick Daddy ain't. The last time I saw him, he looked very unwell.
He has lupus.
That makes sense. He
has
looked
lupus.
very pasty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he has lupus.
Okay.
That was the first male. I thought that was a female thing, a black female thing. But yeah,
Right.
he has lupus. So that's why.
Okay.
That's
Send
why
me
he's
love.
disfigured and whatever. And his face it's all just blue. But
Okay.
But I
Don't
know every time I see him, he just looks different.
if you listen to him, you know that's Trick.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
That's straight Miami. That's 305.
yeah. Oh, gosh.
ain't that what Nick Cannon got? Lupus,
He got lupus?
He does?
leukemia. I think he got one of those.
Oh,
I
I
didn't
know
know
No
that.
idea.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
But that's what Tony Braxton has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been watching the Braxtons too.
They're back.
Yes. So,
I hate all that crap. All that scripted, supposed to be reality TV.
I
That
can't
crap
do it.
scripted.
no, I think that one, the Braxtons, is real. Because Tony lost her shit, and you never see Tony lose her shit. But Tamar brings it out.
Got it.
Tamar brings it out.
That's because Tamar a spoiled brat.
She is a spoiled brat.
She is unhealed.
She is.
She is unhealed.
She needs some real Jesus in her
and
life.
unhinged.
She is. I actually feel bad for her. I was like, girl, do you not see?
It's very sad to see her conduct herself as such.
Wow.
And that shit with the verses when she over there with Birdman wiping his forehead, it's like,
I did see that. That was really good, though. Can we just talk about how good they did? Cash Money. I thought
I
it was cool.
bored. And then that damn what's that?
Who?
The other side.
Cash Money, No
Master
Limit.
No
Big
limit.
Yeah.
Well, people kept doing memes about them because they kept just
Oh my God! I
they
haven't
marched
seen
the whole
that.
time.
I didn't see that. I didn't see any of the memes.
Oh yeah, those are the guys that all they doing is just marching.
Oh my God! Okay, I'm gonna have you. Got to send me one, Teresa.
Yeah, when I run across it again,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, it was hilarious. Everywhere they go into the store, they just marching like no limit.
Oh God. Okay.
I was bored. Because in my mind, all those extra folks that ain't got shit to do with them are
You
just
want 'em
their
out of there.
friends. Okay, if you gotta have that backup, then they should have stayed on top. Y'all asses should have came on the bottom and performed.
These
You know?
the old school people. They got entourages. What you mean?
Again, there's so many people packed up in there.
That's how it was though back in the day. You
I
know,
get
I
that,
remember that. I
but
used to be
this shit
in
is-
Montgomery, Alabama. We was tight knit. That's how they do. They like to pack things out.
No, you can still pack that out, but let us see the artists and stuff. They can't do that thing because they can't do all this because everybody's just like this.
We piled up.
No, that's why I say you had two levels. You had the top level and then you had the bottom level. The artists should have been down there on the bottom level. Let your entourage be up to in the back with the camera because everybody got a camera. I was like, what are we doing? I said, okay, I would never go to y'all show. Thank you. I would not waste my money going to this is what you do. Cash Money. I am a No Limit fan.
Okay.
I am a No Limit soldier. I am on their side. So Cash Money, But I heard, what's his name?
BG.
No,
Who?
Juvenile.
Juvenile. Thank you.
Okay.
No.
On not the Breakfast Club, the one with Sway in the Morning. I said, oh, okay. He got some lyrics. He's not just that. He's more than just that. So I was like, okay, I might can do him if it's just him. But the rest of that, I don't know about that.
Big shout out to Mia X holding it down for all the women on stage.
Yes, she did. She needed some room. She couldn't even do shit with all them dudes up there.
Hey, she did her thing though.
Couldn't do nothing.
Nothing.
All them dudes up there. She couldn't. I wanted her to be able to move around and just really perform.
Okay.
She looked great. Can we just talk about how great she looked?
She looked good.
She looked great.
I still wanted her to perform.
Okay.
So
Did she have some health issues a couple years ago?
So I thought they said something like she had some cancer issues. I
Right.
thought that's what she had going on, but she looks amazing.
Okay.
Sister doing it.
now, what would be great if all my old school females come back out? Because Lady Ray's supposed to be coming out with her own shit. Now, Mia X come out, and then Queen come out.
Queen too
Light
busy being
come
booed
out.
up.
Light come out.
Yeah, I'd love to see MC Light with a new album,
Yes.
song, anything.
But would they be able to really appreciate that, like now, like the day that we're in right now?
Old school hip hop heads will.
Yes.
Yeah.
They need to
Eve,
do it.
like,
They definitely
Oh,
will.
yeah,
yeah,
Eve.
all of them.
'Cause
Yeah.
Eve then got married and said, "Forget y'all."
But
She-
she's
She made her
still,
money.
yeah.
she's still bad.
Can they just be on time if they have a show? That's the only thing I ask. Can we just
The-
start on time?
You know who I will not go to concert, even
Spill
if
it.
they nope. What's that? That
Spill it. Who else? Who is it?
what's her name?
Not Lauryn Hill.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
never going to one of hers.
They said she late. They said Erykah Badu late too. You know, Erykah Badu was just here. They said she was 2 hours late.
Oh, my
And she didn't
gosh.
even have an opener, so they were sitting there for 2 hours.
I'm on my money back, nigga. Get
2
my
hours
money back,
at Cobb Energy Center. I think that's where she went.
I'll
and you
give
better
you
give me
an
some.
hour.
Somewhere in Cobb.
And she better give me some tax or some
you better have
gratuity.
somebody on that stage.
They didn't have a
Right.
DJ or anything, and I'm just like, just go hire you a DJ to at least
No,
get
she
the
want all
crowd
her
from-
money.
No, ma'am. Not if you 2 hours late. You
Yeah.
show
She
up on
want all
time.
her
That's how
money.
you get your money.
Yeah, I want my money if it's been 2 hours. For
Yeah,
sure.
I'm done. I'm
You
out.
just sitting there. You
I'm
shoulda
not
had
sitting there.
somebody there.
No, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I-
I saw I guess a clip. I guess she didn't have no drawers on.
Yeah, and some type of
Who ain't got no
it was
drawers
like
on?
a balloon.
Erykah, she lifted up
yeah,
her
she had like a
dress
balloon
in the back.
I thought
think
it was
she
like
changed.
balloon pants or
She
something,
must
and
have
it was
changed.
nothing under there.
Wow.
I believe that. I saw the balloon pants, but this one here, she had on some dress or something because she lifted up the back and showed her ass.
She got a big ass too.
Yeah, she do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember she had that video that was done in Dallas where she was taking clothes off.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the song. I just
Yeah,
remember the
that's,
video.
Yeah,
That's
everybody. I don't
Yeah.
even.
that's one of her best videos.
Yeah, that's one of the best ones. Yeah, she looks great. She's doing great, but I
Because
need her to be on time.
I went to one
That's so disrespectful.
one concert where Busta Rhymes, Spliff, Lauryn Hill was there, and I forget the other artist, but Lauryn Hill came. That's when she came on time.
Right.
Before the drugs. After the drugs, it's like she ain't never been on time ever.
Yeah, I saw a concert with Lauryn Hill. She was here with Outkast. This was 25 years ago. This was like 99 or something like that. She was on time. It was amazing. And then, yeah, it just went downhill from her after that. So I'm glad I got a chance to experience her while
Before
she
all
was
that.
on time.
Right. I think the older we get, the more we want people to respect our time.
Absolutely.
You would think
Yeah.
they would want to
Definitely.
get in, get their money, and get out. Well, you delaying
Seems
shit.
simple to
Yeah.
me.
It seems simple. It's easy math.
Yeah.
If you know you're gonna be late, have some folks out there.
Yeah. I say, yeah.
Cause it's plenty of folks that would love to get on the stage and for free just to get the exposure.
She
Yeah.
could have had so many local artists. I'm not understanding
Yep.
why your business manager is not telling you, hey, we know that you have a little problem with time. Let us fill in the gaps. You could have some, you know how many, I mean, you know how many people would have said, hey, you want to go be an opening act for Erykah Badu? Yes, I do.
Yep.
What do you mean? You could just send them on. They would be there. I don't think that we're resourceful as we need to be in that space.
I think she just don't give a fuck.
There's that too.
Okay. That.
Cause she's like, y'all gonna wait. Let me see how long you gonna wait.
What she's saying is, I'm gonna get paid regardless.
Right. And then to hell with y'all.
Yeah, she already had her money before she walked on stage. Well, but they need to put that in the contract.
I think that if you're like 45 minutes late, nah.
You need to put that in the contract.
So yeah.
I put this money here in an escrow. So you can see it's there. Your ass is late.
Right.
It will not be released.
Yeah, we deduct
Nah,
that.
you go 50%. I give you 50% right now, and then when you're done with the concert, I give you the rest of it.
Yeah. But it has these stipulations that you must follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tamar, she's a piece of shit too. Because excuse my language.
How the hell we get?
No, I'm just saying she a piece of shit because we went to a Essence Festival, and she came down in the crowd and didn't want nobody to take pictures with her. Why the fuck is you in the crowd?
I hear that.
And then, I had my son. We had my son with us, and he wanted to take a picture, so he can go back to school. Hey, I've been at this. She wouldn't even take pictures with the kids.
Wow.
Oh.
Was she okay with you just taking her picture?
Nope.
Or
She told her bodyguard that anybody that's trying to take a picture, block it.
wow.
She shouldn't have been in the crowd.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
I guess you want to enjoy the concert, but you need to enjoy it on the side or at the very front.
I agree.
She came to the back, because we was on the floor. So, but she still was back there where the control, what you call
Front
it?
of the
Front of the
house.
house is.
I think they want to have a sense of normalcy, but I think once your name has reached a certain level,
You don't have
that is
normalcy.
not normalcy. You have to think about that during the start of your career. Because if that's not what you want, then just don't do it.
Yep.
I just think she want to be seen, just like now. She have all those antics and theatrics,
She a
Just
grown
supposed to be
damn baby.
seen.
She just a grown damn baby. If I ain't getting it my way, fuck it. That's all it is.
Well,
Yeah. Now going back to the Braxtons, I don't know if y'all seen some of the clips or whatever online, but her and all the sisters, they had them pretty much fell out. She actually, and she knows she ain't got no hands. So I don't even know why she even stood up, because she had got to hear. Tony stood up like, you trying to tell me I don't support you? I don't have your back? And she like, and then Trina tried to get in between them. And then she kept swearing that Trina put her hands on her. Trina did this to get between them, to separate her.
separate.
But she kept going with this narrative that Trina put her hands on her.
Wow.
And then she pulled Trina's hair and kicked her. That's like,
Some baby shit.
yeah. And Tawana disinvited her to her wedding. I don't know if y'all saw that she put out there that she gave money for Tawanda's down payment on her house. And then Tawana put out, well, you be sleeping with Tony's mans.
Oh. Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't see that. Well, yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago.
That's too much for me.
That's probably correct. Because she looked like she follows Tony's every move, trying to beat Tony.
Trying to be better than Tony.
Right. She trying to beat Tony. She can never be better than Tony.
In her mind, she thinks she's better than Tony.
Well, she better go get her mind checked then.
Go get her mind checked.
Yeah.
This is a perfect reason why I tell people all the time, I want to be rich. I don't want to be famous.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could do the behind the scenes. Give me millions of dollars, but I could stay behind the scenes like Dick Wolf.
I do not want to be famous.
You don't know who he is, but his name is on everything dealing with cops.
Jerry Bruckheimer, that's why. Because you don't know what he looked like. But you always see his damn name.
Jerry Bruckheimer and something Simpson or something.
Yeah, Don Simpson.
Yeah.
Because I always think of Donnie Simpson. But them two always together. You don't know what they look like. But they got big money. And they producing all these different, like all the bad boys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jerry, I think, was Law and Order. I think Jerry started with
And let me tell you, they ain't start running them episodes yet.
Wow.
They just keep I mean, the story, I had to stop because I'm just like, how many more times we need to hear about a rape victim? I don't want to hear about that.
You're talking about SUV. So, SVU. Well, I say SUV.
One of them, I'm just like, give me, stop.
But you had Criminal Intent, SVU. Yes. You had the original Law and Order, which I watched at the beginning, from the beginning, even, when Olivia was young. You had the different ones, the different cities. Yeah, they had some serious spinoff. Definitely spinoff. Yeah. What's the one in Miami? That wasn't Law and Order? The one with Horatio.
I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember. Too many of them.
I know, but Horatio was a cool white guy.
Oh yeah,
he was definitely a cool white guy. I enjoyed him. Not the music, but yeah, he was definitely cool. Because when you look at you, turn that sideways. Yeah, I went there.
Yeah, you can tell she watched too much damn TV.
She watch it. So what we talking about today, Teresa?
Y'all ready to go and kick it into
Let's do it.
To the topic. Happy or just comfortable? The marriage question nobody wants to talk about. So here is my all right. Get my thing over here. Comfort isn't the enemy. Complacency is. Happiness doesn't fade, but it does need maintenance. You can love someone deeply and still drift away from them unintentionally. But the moment you choose to pay attention again, everything can shift. So in this episode, I want to make you think of reflecting on your relationship, because you said you guys been married for like 28 years.
Yes.
And you mentioned like there was times where either you was tired and then she was tired.
Right.
But it was never tired together.
Correct. Correct.
So is it I feel like it's in that we're fine era. And how do you tell we're fine or are we just a step above numb? Meaning we just comfortable, but are we happy or are we just comfortable?
I think in 28 years, it's wavered between both. To anyone who's newly married or maybe 5, 10, 15 years into marriage, I think it's healthy to expect it to waver between those two extremes.
People think that you're supposed to be happy all the time.
Yeah, I wish it were that easy. It's not. And there are just too many things that can affect the relationship or affect the marriage. I mean, there's you as an individual, there's the other person as an individual, and then there's the relationship. There are three things that I think you kind of have to account for. in order to determine if the relationship is healthy and in a good place. And if any one of those three or any combination of those three is off, the relationship is going to suffer. So, what was the question again?
So out of your 28 years, because you mentioned y'all just stubborn.
Yes,
so
yes.
what is holding the 20? What kept you? From,
What kept us together?
Yeah, what kept you together?
And you kind of alluded to it. I think at any given point when one of us was angry, upset, or had just had it, we were never at that same place at the same time. And as a result, the other person that wasn't feeling that, I think we had to kind of come, or that person had to come in and just hold it together. Whether that was through a simple apology. Oftentimes, people just want to be heard. They want to be seen. They want to be understood. You don't, and it's not even so much about being understood. They just want you to know what they feel. And if you dismiss it, that's only going to make things worse. But for she and I, we usually go back to something really simple. Like, you know what? It's Friday. We both got plans. We both got work to do today. Let's make plans on Saturday morning. Let's just go have breakfast. And then the conversation usually leads to, hey, we're not done. I want more conversation. Let's head to the Georgia mountains to that winery. And we continue to talk. And before you know it, we've been talking for 8-9 hours. All's forgiven, all's forgotten. We're good. And it's just a matter of just building on those very simple things. Or at least for us, it's those simple things. So the good news for me is my wife, as long as I have at least one date night planned a week, she's generally happy. Just as on the flip side, if she'll plan a date night and I'm generally happy. But the biggest thing for us that tends to work for us, that makes our marriage work, is that we allow time for each other to be with other people, whether it's friends, whether that's, I just need my alone time. She goes out, I stay home. I go out, she stays home. She can go out and I can go out, but we come back home. Like, that's important to us. So we try to make time for our friends, family, and it doesn't have to include the other spouse. I think that's probably been the one thing that has saved our marriage that we didn't do early on, that we do now, that is very important to us.
Nice.
Okay.
So individual time.
Individual time, absolutely.
So you guys been married 7 years.
Yes.
Okay. And being that y'all have 8 years apart?
Age difference, yep.
Yeah, age difference. And same sex. How does that, do that bring in any, being that you same sex, does it make it easier being that you've dated men? Or does it bring, I'm sure it's going to bring on its own complications.
So I feel like it has been easier for me to tap into my feminine energy with my wife.
Okay.
I don't feel like I had that space to grow when I was dating men. I think like I always had to be on, like I think they were looking for like the nurturer side of me. And I think that's cool, but I don't necessarily feel like I was in a place where I can really just be and I can really let my guard down and like, okay, I really need to like figure this out. Because of course, yes, I have a mother that was in my life, but my mother wasn't really like nurturing. Like my mom's not the nurturing type. Like I just saw my mom get up, go to work. Like I really didn't see like a lot of like intimacy or anything between my parents. So it really was a hard thing for me to gravitate to. So I think it was good that I had time in that space, and I think my wife has really helped me grow in that space. So I think it's definitely worlds apart, dating a man versus a female, for sure. Worlds apart. Yeah.
I always say I could not be in a relationship with a woman because y'all get on my goddamn nerves. It's just too emotional.
But, you know, it could be the opposite because I don't feel like I'm, like, that emotional. Like, my wife tells me all the time, like, you're so, like, you could be so stoic. Like, you could be so cold. Like, you're just straightforward. I'm very brash. So, and when people look at, like, our dynamics, they would probably think that she's more of that person. And that's just absolutely not the case.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I would say for me, because being that I'm the older one, because with my husband, we have 10, close to almost 11 years apart.
What? I didn't know that.
What happened? What happened?
Okay. Do share. Tell more.
So with that dynamic, because I guess one thing that how we had to come to that compromise, because when we first met, he was extremely playful. He reminds me of which one is the real playboy of them weigh-ins? The youngest one.
Marlon. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Him all day.
But
Good
see,
time.
she's so straightforward and
Stuffy.
no fun sometimes.
Ooh.
It's like I had to break that a little bit. Get some fun in your life. You can't be just damn. You can't just be serious all the time.
Yes, some business.
Yeah.
But what's that? What's the TV show? The Marlins.
The Wayne's
the
brothers.
The
Wayans
Wayans brothers. Yeah. That him 24/7 is Marlon. Always being silly, and it's like you have to find somewhere where you got to be serious, so we can get stuff done.
But
I
serious
had
don't
to
mean
bring
stuffy.
I had to bring some happiness to your life, woman.
I had to bring some seriousness to him, because he's doing crazy shit 24/7. That's like, when I say
You
Marlon,
married it.
when I say Marlon,
You married it.
I call him. Okay, I just eyes on me. All eyes on me episode, because all eyes need to be on him. And then the reason why I say that, because with his nieces and nephews, that you blurring the line, because you playing so much, you're their friend, not their uncle. And that's where things get kind of, because when they treat you as their friend, then you get offended. Like, wait a minute, I'm the uncle. So you got to have those.
No,
boundaries.
they know the difference.
Boundaries.
They know the difference.
Now.
Even then, they know the difference.
No,
Yep.
because I remember a couple of times you don't got your panties in a bunch because
I don't wear panties.
because they took things too far, because they're looking at you as their friend, not their uncle.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hello?
Jesus,
But
Jesus don't understand you.
Like at some point in time, at what point in time is it okay to look at somebody that is older as your friend? Is it never?
At that time, they were still teenagers. Because we've been together, 12 years total, 11 years married. So they were still on the tail end of being teenagers. Okay. So you got to have some kind of structure, some kind of boundary. You're not their friend. So when can you be a friend? I don't know. Maybe because I'm old school. Maybe it's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm open enough to say that. But I just thought it was just too much playing and not guiding as their uncle. You're the same age. You can't be their same age.
I think sometimes perspective, like just having somebody that's older that you can actually go to and have like a real conversation without like the guardrails and all that other stuff on, I think it's a good thing.
Conversation, yes. But I guess when you're playing and hitting and all that other stuff, I don't play with kids like that. Because you hit me, I'm going to look at you as an adult.
But we're not about to be slap boxing. We're not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that.
So.
Yeah, so I have nephews. The oldest is, 36, 37, then 34. The youngest one, I think, turns 33 in like a few days. And when the oldest was about 11, I think that was the last time I wrestled with them. And it was usually all three of them at once. And I was 25, 26. And the 11-year-old, I can tell you, I remember plain as day. Like, I'm like, dude, you're not 3 anymore. You can't just jump and then land with your knee in my back. He did that at 11. That was the last time. Like, no, we're not playing this game anymore.
And it's like, wow, you're not the cool uncle no more.
Get over it. Your knee hurts.
Yeah.
Correct. Absolutely. Okay.
I don't know. It's I guess it's the old school. Not necessarily saying kids are seen but not heard, but there is a time and a place of how you gonna talk to me.
Okay.
You know, versus how I'm gonna I ain't gonna be like my grandma and just call you any kind of thing. But at the same time, you ain't gonna just talk to me crazy either.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I can see that.
So yeah, but yeah. All right, Mr. Man, your turn.
About these relationships.
What's the question? What's the question?
Since you interrupted it while I was talking.
Man, I ain't said nothing.
He needs a rewind of the question.
We was just talking about being comfortable versus being happy, and when is that dynamic overlapping, or does it for you?
Comfortable versus happy. I'm always happy.
Until you're not.
Well, hold on, wait now. Now you gonna
Interrupt
bust
your
into
ass
me?
like you interrupted me.
You know what? Don't make me jump across this table, woman. No, but I try my best to always be happy. There are some times where she do some stuff and it gets on my damn nerve, but I wouldn't change her for nobody. I need that. I get all that old craziness about you, then make you laugh. We good.
And I think to answer my own questions for what's comfortable, I think we venture in and out.
Agreed.
I think we venture in and out because there are times where it's like, I know I ain't going nowhere, but he get on my goddamn nerves too. It's like, Jesus Christ, where don't you got some friends? You need to go see such and such. Where you need that space. You know, you need that space just to where I ain't got to answer no questions. I ain't got to do for nobody but me. Even the cat, she all right. She as long as I'm sitting down, she can get in my lap. She good.
I have a question, and this is for everyone. How do you feel about having friends of the opposite sex while married?
I think it's fine just as long as everybody knows, because and it's just a habit, but then it's also I'm thinking him too, because I have male friends, which are friends for both of us. But if I'm talking on the phone, it's on speakerphone so he can hear.
Okay.
So there's no chance of nothing getting,
nothing twisted, misrepresented.
Right. Now we did.
She laid back.
Right. I peeped that. I saw that.
Now his female friends, when we was dating, I said, those bitches ain't your friend. So.
I don't know what she talking about.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
But I'm always thinking of my partner because I don't want any issues, because if I'm with you, I'm with you. I would tell you, this not working.
Right.
I would tell you. I wouldn't just go out.
It's too late for any of that. You stuck. You ain't going nowhere.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm tired.
No, not just because you're tired. No, that don't make it sound no better. I'm tired.
I don't feel like breaking nobody else in. So.
Hold on, man. That still don't sound good.
No, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't do. I would say the things that we're doing, I wouldn't. And it wasn't even a thought with anybody else. Okay. So even though of course we are different, and sometimes we yin and yang, but I love that nickel.
You better know it.
So you cool with any male or female friends he has at this time?
At this time, but I need to fill them out because I know women. I know fucking women.
Okay.
So, like the last female friend that she swear they were brother and sister, I think, I'm not saying that she liked him, but I think she thought she was higher than me. And I'm the wife. Because, and I'm telling you, I'm talking about that damn
I know.
Because she come in the studio and she thought she can do whatever the fuck she want to do. No. no ma'am. And then she's not listening to me, but she listening to him and say, this bitch got to go. Because this is not ours, including her.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because what she did was, but she was kind of drunk. But even at the same thing, you can't be doing that. You can't just come up here and just get, just totally blasted, and then call yourself recording. Because then she want to take the drink and the boo. She want to hold the door wide open. I said, no, we can't be doing all that. Close the door. And that heifer just ignored the fact of what I said and went and started talking. Fine, because he was over here. I was like, okay, you wait right there. You wait right there. So, but I said, me and him gonna have a conversation first.
Okay.
So, but no, I don't mind that, but at the same time, I'm still watching your ass. I'm still watching you. Because women are slick. Men don't even pick up on that shit.
I'll
Y'all
give
don't
you
pick
that.
up on that.
Don't even
I
notice it.
think men can be slicksters as well.
They can be.
Valid.
They
I
can
think
be.
they can very
I
they
know
can
nothing.
very much be slicksters.
They can be.
And I think I just had a situation not too long ago where there was a guy friend, and I have like I guess a good handful of guy friends. I love sports. Rivalry weekend. We about to do some big things this weekend. Go Ohio State.
Shameless plug.
Like, who's you like?
Yeah, so I really love sports, and I love conversation in general.
Sure.
And there was a guy we dated years ago, like over 20 years ago, and we talked. Like, he's told me about the girls that he's dated. I've given him advice. Like, I'm thinking, like, we just cool. Like, I'm married. Like, it's all good. And one day there comes this courage.
Oh boy.
It was literally like, when I say it was like out of nowhere, it was literally out of nowhere. And he said, if I ever had an opportunity, and I'm like, well, where is this about to go? Like, what? If I ever had an opportunity, would you ever talk to me again? How did we get here? How did we do this? And we're talking about you in a relationship you have with another young lady. Are you talking about this other young lady and her kids?
That got nothing to do with you.
To me, you don't need to be a slickster like that. That's like slick shit. Don't try to slide it in on a conversation that we're in the midst of having.
He said they ain't got nothing to do. They can compartmentalize. They ain't got nothing to do with you.
We can't
He
go
can
down
still
that.
have that on the side and still be just as devoted to that and still be with you.
I believe they can, because I believe there is a separation in that space to where you can have that. But I think, like, surprising somebody that you know is in a committed relationship, I think you need to have like a conversation as to what that looks like. And be like
That was
upfront.
his conversation.
That is mentioning to me. That is like mentioning. Like,
was
I'm
his
going to
way.
put somebody on the defense and say, hey, I'd like to have a conversation with you. I understand that you were married, but I'd like to have a conversation with you. And I hope there's no disrespect on my behalf or your wife's behalf, but let's have a conversation. What does that look like? Why can't we just be no?
That's not,
I get that. I understand that.
men. I'm sorry, but
It's
that's
not
not
some
y'all.
of them.
That's not men.
That's not some of them.
Okay.
We got
Men.
two in here. Let's hear it. I'm all ears. My ears are wide open. I cleaned my ears last night too. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I mean, I can start, and I want to kind of start the conversation with when I first met my wife when we were still in college. One of the first hard conversations we had was, "Are you comfortable with me having a best friend of the opposite sex?" And that quickly got squashed. It was, "Yeah, that's fine. My best friend is a guy of the a man, and is of the opposite sex." So from jump, that was very clear with me as well as my wife, as like, hey, we can have friends with people of the opposite sex. So saying all that to say, that even went into our marriage. We still have friends of the opposite sex. She's fine with it. I'm fine with it. So if one of my friends, well, you are my friend, but if we were to have a conversation and you prefaced it with, hey, I know you're married, but I need to have this conversation with you. I don't mean any disrespect, but can we have this conversation? I'm completely open to it. Like, absolutely. Like, I don't know where you're going to go with it, but let's have the conversation.
Now, could you say that to her?
To her? Yes,
That way.
absolutely.
Okay.
And again, I live by the rule of freedom ain't free. And what I mean by that is I have the freedom to have conversation with women, and my wife is perfectly okay with it. I'm not going to fuck it up by doing something improper, disrespectful, et cetera, et cetera. So therefore, yes, I would have that conversation with Lesley and let people, or let her know, like, hey, I want to have something that's probably a little out of the ordinary and a little uncomfortable. You cool with this? And then based on that answer, I go forward or I don't.
So you didn't have a problem with what he said, just how he said it.
Yes, because I feel like, don't try to catch me off guard with a conversation. I don't like that. I feel like that's like premeditated. Don't do that. You thought about that.
Yeah, he did.
And how I'm going to say that. And to me, it's not about you being honest, because I want you to be honest in every facet, like with my friends. But I want you to also, I want to be able to have a conversation about it in an adult way, and I don't feel like you went about it in a fully transparent manner to be able to have it as an adult.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Some ain't like that. They just come right out like, hey, man, can we, you think we can rekindle some shit? And then you roll the eyes, and then he's like, oh, okay.
But I think when you're going into it like that, that is just like, I don't know, it's like tacky. It's like, you know somebody, if you know somebody is married, why not just have a conversation? Not a surprise pop-up conversation like, okay, so yeah, we should, like, I'm going to acknowledge that you are committed to someone else. I'm going to acknowledge that I am maybe not committed, or whatever your status might be.
Whatever the situation is, yeah.
But we old enough now. I mean, relationships have been going on a long time, and I always question, are we forced into monogamy, or do we just accept monogamy to be our fate?
Could it be both?
It could be both, for sure.
It could be.
Because we're taught monogamy.
We are, but is that the right way? Is that the right thing? I just saw a post in another group that said, what would happen if you felt like your significant other or spouse had feelings for somebody else? And I think that's a real conversation to have.
A real question.
Once you've been in relationships for so long. I've been in a relationship for 12 years with no breaks. That is a real conversation to have. Like, if somebody has feelings for somebody else, what you gonna do? Where you gonna go?
That's a real goddamn question. That's real.
DJ Talented, you've been way too quiet. Come on in. Come on into the room.
And I think more importantly, do you have to go anywhere if you have feelings for someone else?
True. Do you have to go anywhere?
Yeah.
Don't be trying to put me on a damn line over here. Shit.
He looking around like, looking.
I don't know nothing. I plead the fifths.
Answer
Well,
question.
damn, boy, y'all is looking at me like, get him. I don't see. I'm trying to say this the right way before I get beat up when I get home.
Say it.
I think if both of y'all want to be in just monogamy, just you two, then that should be fine. But if you also want to be in a polygamy, or you want to have sister wives, or whatever the case may be, if you both agree on it, then it's fine. You don't have to be in a certain type of a relationship just because of society. Fuck society. The relationship is not you and society. It's you and your other person.
Correct.
Or your other couple people. Or however that works out for you. Hey, it is what it is.
Okay.
Slap.
So, at this age, I totally agree with that. It's whatever you guys think is right for you all.
Right.
So, going to the swingers club or whatever the case may be, that's why I said my other two cousins, we think differently from the rest of them, because that is fine to me. Even swapping, if that's what you want to do, that's fine with me, because that's what you want. As long as everybody is clear and the rules are respected.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Fair.
Because with him, I don't... If we go to the swingers club, I wouldn't mind if he had sex with somebody else, but his heart got to come home with me. That's where we draw the line.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we draw the line.
See, now that's gonna make your heart stay with your woman anyway. When she just okay with you stepping out a little
That's
bit,
the
but then
shit
you
I
bring your
gotta do.
ass home.
She said, like, shit.
Hold on now.
Done. I am done.
Listen here
Shit
now.
I got to do. Just go right ahead. Get your rocks off. Now, come on. You ready to go home?
Crazy. Crazy. That's all I got to say about that.
I think you have to grow in that space to be okay with it. I think a lot of
Yes.
people, like, you really can't grow into that space. So, like, for me, I don't think that every couple is equipped with the tools to
Yes.
even be in that space. But the question is, most of them might end up being more successful
If they were.
if they get there.
Right.
The question is, how do you get there? Being together so long, how do you come up with the agreements, I guess, between, you and your significant other to say, okay, we're going to open Pandora's box. This is what it may or may not look like. How do you get to a point where you're like, I think I'm okay with this?
I am going to speak up here, as I have been one that has opened Pandora's box between my spouse and I. And what I will say to you is that I don't know that there is a way to guarantee that you're not going to make mistakes.
True.
And I think the most important thing when you decide to open Pandora's box is it's definitely more communication, more frequent and consistent communication, and just being open to just whatever the possibilities may be. I can recall probably like 5 years after, kind of opening our relationship. We were talking about, what we expected and what we wanted and agreements. I hate using rules because that usually says, well, you can't do something. So I'll call them agreements. And we went into a situation that neither of us really ever thought about, but it happened. And we had to kind of come back, regroup, process it. And that was very difficult because I could have very easily had blamed her for, why did you let this happen? But at the same time, we didn't have a conversation about it. I can't be mad. In all situations, or in most situations, you can't assume that what might bother me would bother her, and vice versa. So what we have learned to do is, as much as we can, we try to give each other grace, but at the same time, let's come back, let's talk about it, and let's figure out how do we modify agreements, or if what was done at the end of the day, that's fine. It wasn't a problem. So, and I think that's the hard thing with that is usually there's someone in a relationship that doesn't trust their partner enough in order to allow that conversation.
Now open Pandora's box.
That's what she's stuck on.
Now, please share as much as you are comfortable sharing. What does that mean?
Probably 20-ish years ago. As I mentioned before, I traveled a lot. And then there were times when I was traveling, I was coaching various, whether it was a football team or a lacrosse team for my oldest kid. So there was a lot of time that my wife spent at home alone. Well, not alone, but without me. And I think it weighed on her more than it weighed on me. And I understood it. I didn't necessarily understand it at the time, but now looking back on it, I get it. I completely understand. So it started with just, hey, let's go to clubs. Let's go to on-premise clubs. Do we need a definition of what that is?
No, everybody know what that means.
I do.
You want a definition?
Yes.
Basically, an on-premise club is a club that you go to where you're basically allowed to have sex.
Oh, like a swinger.
Like a swingers club. Whether it's by yourself or with others, if that's what you chose to do. And that's kind of where it started for us. And it, it worked for a little while, and then it didn't work for us anymore. So we kind of had to pivot and adapt, which we did. And ultimately what it did is it opened up our marriage. One of the things that we discussed was, do we allow for emotions? Do we allow for love and caring of another individual? And that was a very hard question to answer because neither of us had ever experienced it at the time. So we took a leap of faith. And of course, as it happens, she was able to find someone before I did. So for the better part of about probably a year and a half, this was something she did, and I had absolutely no other options because
you agreed to it.
I agreed to it, yeah.
Right.
And there was no one else that was interested in me in the same manner that she was interested in this gentleman. So that was difficult. I was able to get over it and kind of find my path, but
How did you communicate to your wife during those times?
harshly. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, I kid. Very typically, it was a conversation probably every day.
Yeah.
Well,
I can see
what
that.
about this? If this happens, how do you feel about this? So, I mean, one of the things that we started is we typically, on weekends, usually Saturday or Sunday, we go somewhere for breakfast. And that is our open conversation to have about literally anything and whatever. So we used those weekly conversations to have those hard discussions about relationships with other people. How should they look? What are we comfortable with you doing with those other individuals? What are we comfortable with not happening, with those other individuals? How do you feel about people in the house? People not in the house? How do you feel about our partners meeting kids, our kids? How do we feel about telling our kids, those details? And what are we prepared to share if we do share that with the kids? Those were the types of conversations that we had early on. And looking at where we were then versus where we are now, they were all very iterative, and we needed to have them over and over and over again because from 1 month to the next, you might
different.
feel something different. So it was a lot of conversation about a lot of the same things, mostly because we wanted to make sure that we had changed and then communicated that change to our spouse, or nope, nothing's changed. We're good as things are.
So basically your check-ins.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
that first time that y'all went to, we call it
On-premise club. Yeah.
How was that? What was your thoughts on that? Was that like mind-blowing or?
Stimulating, to say the least. It was fun. We were probably 7-8 years into our marriage at that time. We had no idea what to expect. And I think we just kind of found a corner and it was very evident that, through body language that we were like, yeah, don't touch us.
Okay.
And that was the first experience. It was a good time.
Good.
And who initiated going to the club?
Okay, I initiated that.
Okay.
Basically, once she explained what she was looking for, what she wanted, I did some research. I mean, I work in IT. Research is what I do. And we found a place in Midtown. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's no longer there. And that's where we went. And I want to say it was our anniversary weekend, if I'm not mistaken. We checked into a hotel in Midtown, and that was kind of where we were. And we went the first night, which was like a Friday night. And, of course, we were both very like, what the hell did we just do? Like, holy shit. And I remember the next day I had spa treatments planned for the two of us. And we were sitting at the end of the spa in our little bathrobes and, comfortable shoes and drinking tea with our pinkies in the air or whatever. And we both kind of looked like, you want to go back, don't you? And she was kind of like, yeah, I do. And we did.
Nice.
So it was a good time.
How long did it take for y'all to start participating with others versus just sitting there watching?
Well, funny you should ask. That next time, like, we were kind of back in our same corner, and we were fine with that. But I noticed over a period of time, there was another couple, just every time I would look over, they just kept getting closer. It's like,
Yes.
like, am I seeing things? Like, is the stimulus messing up my eyes? I know I'm too young to be losing my vision like that, but the zoom lens keeps, you're coming in a little too close. And so he came over and was kind of like, hi. And I'm like, dude, don't you see I'm busy? But he was very friendly. He was very respectful. He was like, hi, we noticed that you guys are new, would you be interested, in any activity? And I was kind of like, and so of course I looked at my wife like, are you okay with this? And she was kind of like, yeah, like, not intercourse, but
Right.
I'm okay with whatever, with the exception of intercourse. And so I was kind of like, okay, I'm open to this. And it was good. It was a nice introduction. And then after that we fell off the deep end.
Yeah. Just went in. All in.
Yep.
Okay. I like that. I like that there was conversations initially.
It has to be.
It has
Yes.
to be.
It has to be conversations. It
Most
has to
people
be.
don't even want to talk on an everyday basis anyway.
Yeah, stuff like that. You definitely have to have conversations, and you have to have understandings
Yes.
and be clear. Be clear what
Yep.
you want, what you don't want. So,
What about you, Teresa?
what about you?
Swingers club or anything like? What would you give advice to what type of advice would you give to somebody, I guess, that is maybe in the comfortable phase of their relationship? What would you say to them?
I think they should try a swingers club.
Why?
Just for something, just to break up the norm and see, because you're not going to know what you like until you try. You're not saying that you got to go in there and just fuck everybody. Just
And there are people who do that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to.
yeah, just like you said, go in the corner. Because when me and him went the first time, we just sitting there like we watching
Like y'all had popcorn.
Cable. just
A real porn.
cable
Live
TV.
porn
We
at
just
its
kept changing the
Yes.
channel. Like whoa.
The funny thing was when we first got there, we go sit down. Two couples come from the back. They supposed to stay in the back because it's like a club, a regular club in the
Were
front.
they still nude when they came out?
They
You
was
don't have
nude.
to be.
Oh, you don't have to be clothed
Yeah.
when they come into the bar.
So they
But when
came
you go in
in
the
there.
back, you
have to be
you have to be
undressed.
unclothed.
Yeah, they came in there and did a four-way right in front of us. I was like, man, this is the dopest club I ever been to.
I'm done. I'm done. Okay.
But yeah, dude, you gotta have to try different things
Yep.
because it's gonna get old, and then the next thing you know, you're in separate bedrooms.
And I know many who are in separate bedrooms.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I know people that, like, literally sleep in separate bedrooms and have. Like, I'm not talking about, like, if you sick and you need to sleep somewhere else because you just sick for the night. We talking about, like
They've been doing it for years.
that would be, like, not okay with me. Like, I think I would really lose it. Like, there would be no way.
I
That-
told her when we got together that, well, once we got married, that if it comes down to her sleeping in one room and me sleeping in another one, it's time for me to go. Because I can't just have that. I need that comfort, that body. I need that body. You know what I'm saying? So I can't.
That's why you're always on my damn side.
Listen here, woman. Listen here.
And it's funny you mention that because my wife and I have had fairly recent conversations about separate bedrooms, but for not because we don't want to sleep together, but mostly from a place of,
You snore?
well, she snores, and two, just oftentimes she goes to bed way before I do. So just the comfort of being able to go to bed and not worry about your partner waking you up 2 hours later because they're trying to get in bed and the room is dark and they're bumping around and trying to brush their teeth and all these other things. Like from that standpoint, it makes sense. But I'm with him in the sense of I need that physical closeness. I need that physical touch and that physical presence. Even if it's just I'm asleep on my back and I've just got an arm like touching her side or something. Like I need that physical touch, knowing that you're there. And from time to time, I mean, yeah, if I'm sick, I'll sleep in a separate bedroom so that you don't get sick.
Yeah.
And sometimes if we have an ugly argument that's not resolved, you know what? I'll take my blanket and pillow and I'm going downstairs.
Speaking of sick, this one right here,
I don't know you.
always bringing some shit home and get me sick.
I don't know what you talking about.
Always.
She is
Because
not
he
telling
need
the
that.
truth.
He need to be in my face.
You must be sick together.
We got to share everything, baby. We can't share
Even
it
the
all.
germs.
All of it.
They're just some
Every
things I
time.
don't want to share.
Every time.
No. Oh. But an argument, I'm getting into bed. That's it. I'm still getting into bed.
That's my thing. Argue with me all you want to, nigga. Come lay down.
Yeah, we about to lay down. That's it.
And I really don't. I don't like even going to sleep mad at her.
Yeah.
I try to
Curve
fix
that.
it or something. You know, we ain't mad no more. Come get in this damn bed. Let's go to sleep.
Well, let me ask this question. What can you possibly say when you've already had a disagreement to make it such that neither of you are now no longer mad before you go to bed?
I don't know, because when I get mad, I'm mad.
Say,
This one mad for weeks.
I'm
She be
mad.
mad for weeks. All right, woman, let
I
that
used to
go.
be bad about that. Like
Let-
that whole in the the long term grudge. Like when I'm mad. Like I'm
Right,
sticking to
right.
my guns. But what I realize is I'm wasting time being mad.
agreed.
I am
Completely
wasting
agree.
time, even if it's a point. Maybe the point does not need to be met or whatever right now. Like
Right.
I can count on one hand how many times me and my wife have really had an argument in 12 years. Probably 4 times, if that. But I just don't really have time to be mad. That's so much more energy to be mad. Who wants to be mad? I just want to jump around and sing songs and laugh and giggle all day. I can't do that if we mad.
I agree.
It's
but
weird.
Trying to convince my mind,
Right.
I'm still mad. You know. So I'm having. So that's the conflict I'm having within myself. You know, because he don't piss me off, and I don't told him leave me alone. All right, now go somewhere. But now I'm mad. So it's now I got to go through the whole process of dissecting why I'm mad, why he don't get that I'm mad, why he don't get that I'm still mad, and then why are you still mad because he ain't mad no more? So you wasting time.
I'm the type of person that I get it out and go on about my business. And my one thing that I always think about is, why would I be mad because somebody didn't try to make me mad? They going on about their day having fun.
Agreed.
Now I'm sitting over here mad than a motherfucker. And they having all the fun in the world. Nigga, nope.
That's why then
Nope.
I get even madder.
Nope.
It's a cycle.
But if you put it in perspective, one thing I can say that has stuck out in my mind is when my dad was in the hospital and sick. And my mom took wedding photos over to him. And I know the times that they had the arguments and the disagreements. I can only imagine that she wished she could have some of that time back to have him back.
Right.
So I always think about, we are on limited time.
We are.
This is going by real fast. And I really just try to get out of the fact of, I just can't be mad. It's not enough time to be mad. You could be gone tomorrow. I can't be mad.
Right.
And
I
I'm still
totally
trying
agree
to
with
sort
you.
some stuff out. I can't let it go out like that. I would not be okay.
I totally agree. It's like I said, it's trying to get out of that cycle. I am better. I am a lot better. I would say that because I do not be mad for weeks anymore. Anymore.
So you say, nigga.
Anymore. Not a good day. But even that,
2
because
days.
he don't go on. He looking at me like, why are you still mad?
I know one of the things that I've had to work on with my wife, she wants to resolve the issue before she goes to bed. And oftentimes the issue is like we have to talk in circles before we start talking to each other. And after talking in circles for an hour, my brain has already checked out. And so one of the things that I've had to learn to do is say, look, sweetie, I want to resolve this. I'm tired. Like, let's pick this up in the morning. She hates hearing it because in her mind, she wants to resolve it. And I'm basically setting a boundary where I'm like, I promise you we can pick this up in the morning. And I think initially when I first started doing that, I think there was a fear on her part that I was going to just forget or just not want to deal with it. And in order to kind of resolve that in her brain, I really had to pick it up that next morning so that she had confidence that I would do what I said. So now that we do that a little more consistently, she'll still get out the bed and be like, yeah, I'm done with you. Good night. But we'll pick it up in the morning and we'll have the conversation. And typically, it's something that we're able to resolve fairly quickly. And for me, I just need a night of sleep. I can't deal with this right now.
But could you ever just be like, do you ever find yourself like y'all are in disagreements? You like, you know what? I ain't mad. It's okay. Like
I've never.
No?
With her?
Never?
No.
Growth.
No.
It's just,
No.
hey.
I just feel like there's going to be times where we disagree. Like, and I'm cool with that at this point. It's just like, can we just be happy? Like, we cool here.
I am probably capable of that before she is.
Okay.
I am able to say, I'm mad about it. I'm going to forget it. I'm going to let it go. But there is usually still tension.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not there yet. It's growth, and, hey.
You know, sometimes I really be wanting to say, like, let's just have sex and forget about it.
That does not work in my
But
home.
I know it don't. I mean, it ain't going to work. But, I mean, it'd be great to just be like, let's just go out to eat and forget about it.
Let's have makeup sex.
Let's
have angry sex.
Yes, let's just be done with it.
Nigga,
Still there.
nigga, you better not climb on top of me when I'm mad. Because I'll try to break your damn spinal cord. Come here, damn it.
But I hear what you're saying, and I am work in progress. I think I feel like I'm a lot better as far as holding on to the anger, because I agree with you. Like, that's wasted energy. That's why I hate to get mad. I hate to get mad because I'll try and cut it off before it gets there. But some people, just keep.
Yeah.
Who you talking about?
I'm just talking in general.
I love it.
I'm just talking in general.
I love
But
it.
yeah, so I do try. But yeah, I'm still work in progress. But yeah.
I'm going to work on it. Next time we try to get into agreement, I'm going to be like, just give me a hug.
It's like,
That'll, like, cut the tension, no?
Believe it or not, and my wife actually brought this up a week ago. She was kind of like, next time we have a disagreement, let's touch.
Yeah.
And I initially had I don't want to touch you. But then I thought about it and was like, that makes sense. It
Yeah.
does.
Grab her by the
Cut
throat.
the-
Say, hey, come here. Talk about your business.
Don't try it yet, Teresa. He's giving you the warning now.
I could say maybe hold my hand.
It's
we
touching.
we
It's
can start
touching.
there.
Okay.
We can start there. Yeah.
He said he going to do more than hold your hand, girl.
She know it. She already know it.
Like, you about to get a hug.
That's why it's like, he like, I heard, what did he talk about? You love that cat more than you love me because you
You
just
do.
love just be all on your titties. You don't let me be on it.
You-
Because you
you
don't
do.
know how to just lay your hands right there, but you want to do all kind of extra shit.
I'm supposed to.
He ain't no cat.
They're my
But
fun
they-
bags.
But this is why she can lay on my chest and he cannot all the time. She
That
can
is
do it all
funny.
the time because she just gonna lay there. That's it.
Yeah.
Somebody else gonna want to do all extra shit. I ain't got time. We got other shit to do.
Oh, my God.
This woman over here.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So open communication when it comes to relationships.
It
when you're
has
in
to
that
be
stagnant.
open. Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
a necessity. That's a must.
I be telling my friends it's hard work over here.
It is. It is hard work.
I mean, and that's regardless of whatever the framework of your relationship is, whether you're monogamous or not. It's hard. It's very
Yeah.
hard.
Are
You
y'all
always
still,
got to.
I guess, poly? Are y'all still, I don't know if there's
Is it
word.
considered poly though? It's not. Is it?
We are
It's just
in-
considered
open.
open.
Just open. Yeah.
So We're in a very weird, are we polyamorous or are we just ethically non-monogamous? I would say we're a little of both. I tend to probably follow more along with polyamorous, like, type deals. I'd prefer to have a relationship, a serious relationship, with at least more than one person, or two people or more, I guess I should say. But I don't know, just E&M. I think if I were in my 30s, it would be a time and opportunity kind of thing that I would be interested in. Now that I'm 50, not so much.
Not so much for the openness or
the ethical non-monogamy. So
okay. So you want the relationship.
More relationship, less swinging.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you want the consistency.
Correct.
Would you ever swing?
Would I ever swing? I don't know. I feel like I could have another relationship, but I wouldn't want it to be intertwined with my relationship.
Makes sense.
I wouldn't want it to be open.
Say more word. Yeah.
So, like,
does that mean?
I could have another relationship outside of my relationship, I think, but I wouldn't want it to be intertwined with my relationship. I wouldn't want to ever join forces. Like,
so you don't want to try it?
No, we ain't
Got
trying
it.
nothing together.
Yeah.
Understood.
Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I think separate, I think I would be open to that.
Would you be open to her having another relationship?
I mean, yeah, maybe. But I know my wife. She'd be like, "You too much as it is. How am I gonna do that?" So because she's just so laid back. She's like so like laid back. So I don't know.
Yeah, because she was saying, because her demeanor, how she carries herself, she seems mean.
She's nicer, I will say, on like more friendly. Like the initial meeting stage, that is her. She's very friendly. She's very nice. She's very welcoming.
Not the first time we met her.
I wonder what.
She was like, okay.
Yeah, I think I met her when, it was at the photo
classic
shoot thing.
Yeah.
And I think at the time, Florida State, she's from Tuscaloosa, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she wasn't very nice to me.
Really?
Well, that was because of the whole rivalry between Florida State and Alabama. So that was kind of
She's huge on football now.
Yes,
She's huge on football. But
So she might have been one of those days when her team lost.
They wasn't doing a lot of losing back then. You could talk to her now, though. They doing a lot of it. Yeah, they got no
so
coach.
is Florida State. So
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe she would. I don't know. We have friends now that have an open relationship. I mean, we've talked about it, but it's a lot of time. Also, and I just feel like, when you're in those type of things, I would never want to give somebody the short end of the stick just because of my personal expiration. Like, I think that's just completely unfair to somebody.
Why like the clubs? Because you go in, get your rocks off,
thing,
take your ass home.
But see, to me,
There's
I'm a
an appeal to that.
conversationalist. Like, so to me, the sex appeal is cool, but that isn't the end. Like, that
Sure.
would just be like
That
the
was a
surface
tease
for me.
to
That's
you.
like a joke. Like, me having conversation, like being able to hang out, that would be more my thing. The sex is just like, okay, it's sex. Like, I feel like you can detach from sex. So it's like,
Exactly.
is the sex really like?
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, it's cool.
That's the point of it. It's the detachment. You go in, you do your thing, and you go on with your partner. So the attachment, that's when the problems come.
Yeah.
potentially.
Potentially, depending on how you define them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sex is just, it's a
Sex.
thing. It's just sex.
Blow your load, and that's it.
I love it. I love it.
I feel like in that situation that I don't want your emotions. Just like she said, get my rocks off and go on by my business. I don't want no. I can't deal with another woman and her attitude and trying to be in the house with two women at the same time. And,
Oh, that ain't gonna work.
Nah,
Yeah.
and I'll be the first to say, we choose to date others not together. So we date separately, which that is a thing in polyamorous circles. Oftentimes, a lot of people try to combine husband, wife, with another woman or even another guy,
Mm-hmm.
and it never works, because if you're that single guy or that single woman, you could potentially like one or the other a little bit less, or not even like the other person.
Mm-hmm.
But you're trying to force this dynamic of, well, you have to love us both.
Mm-hmm.
Is that realistic? No,
Because
it's
somebody
not.
gonna get the short end of the stick.
Absolutely. So no, we always, when people do approach us about polyamory and, what should we do? Usually the first thing we tell them is, do you and your wife have days of the week that you go out without the other? What you do during your day out or your evening out doesn't matter. Just get out of the house away from your spouse. And then the other spouse has the ability to do that as well. Once you've mastered that, then open yourself up to the possibility of loving someone else. But again, we never try to do anything together like that, just because what I like and what she likes, they don't align.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't even try anymore. At one point, I think I tried, and very quickly was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. So
Do y'all bring folks home, or that's a no-no?
well, in our home now, we do, but we have a spare bedroom that is like separate from literally
That's the jump off
everything
room.
else.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's, sorry, mom and dad, but
It's okay.
Jump off
Sure.
room.
It's
but
okay.
yeah, like it's a spare bedroom, and it's downstairs. And our master bedroom and all the other bedrooms are upstairs. So it's separate from all the the places that we don't necessarily want people to be in. And
Their energy is reserved to one spot. Get in, get out. Holla.
yep.
Why bring them home though?
Well,
Versus a hotel and just totally separate.
I hear you.
I'm
I
just
do.
asking.
It's honestly, it just doesn't matter to us. As
Okay.
long as it's not our bedroom, I'm good.
Okay.
So they can come to the house.
Have
They
you
can
ever
do whatever
been,
they do.
Y'all ever been in the same house when the
The other, yes.
Wow.
And basically, typically what happens, the one either leaves if they can, or we just go upstairs and watch TV in our bedroom. Like, we do all the same things, just the other person is upstairs in the bedroom. So it doesn't happen often, but it has happened.
So-
That's hella respect. I love y'all for that. I love
just
them
would
for
think
that.
It's like if you're upstairs and your wife is with her partner downstairs and he blowing her back out, and you hear all the noise, how would that make you feel? And vice versa. You hear your wife upstairs and you blowing her back out.
I think whether it's me or it's her and whoever the other person is, there's just a level of respect that goes into, okay, I'm in this person's home.
Right.
I can't be swinging from the ceiling like I normally do.
Right.
I have to be respectful. And
Yeah. Okay.
We
that's
are.
cool.
So those are the boundaries. So they got boundaries in this room too.
But the other person, do they have that boundaries? Because
Well-
sometimes they be trying, I could just see someone trying to make the other jealous.
scream and holler.
Yes.
But that's
Speaking again from my own experience, I have had enough conversation with my spouse's partners so that they kind of know, like, Adrian's home. Okay, yeah, I can't be
yeah.
blowing the back out or pounding her into the middle of the bed. That we don't have those. Well, we have those conversations, but they do not happen where I'm home and that's the goal.
Yeah.
Jealous. Yes, jealousy is a real thing. I've been jealous. She's been jealous, and I'm sure all of our partners have been jealous. But you deal with it as it comes up.
It just makes it, to me, just me, a lot easier when the other person ain't home. You can still
Agreed.
have that room,
Agreed.
but they ain't home. So my mind is not focused on making sure that I'm not disrespecting that person,
Sure.
and then you still got your person that you with. So it's not, to me, it's not, it's too much thinking and not true enjoyment. That's just me.
When my wife says that she wants, her partner to come to the house, I do as much as possible to not be there.
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen. And when it doesn't, I stay home and pop popcorn and watch football on TV. Well, hopefully it's a Sunday or Monday night or something like that. But yeah, I find sports on TV. I do all the things that I couldn't do if she were downstairs hanging out with me, because I never have control of the TV. So I get to watch NBA basketball. I get to watch college basketball. I get to watch football. Like, I just find something that I can do in order to pass the time.
Okay. That's amazing.
So was it harder? Is it harder to get over the physical or the emotional? Like when your significant other starts creating an emotional connection from that? And how do you navigate that?
It's hard. There are a lot of resources that people can read. There are tons of podcasts that you can watch. But initially, it was getting past the physical, when we were doing the whole, on-premise club deal, which I found to be fairly easy to get past. The emotional is a little bit trickier. It's a little bit harder. But what I have found for me is, as long as I can meet that individual and I form my own opinions of him based on our conversations versus him just being a figment of my imagination, like, I'm good once we've met and have had conversations. If we have never met or have never had conversations, and it's just a matter of me thinking he is whatever I think he is in my brain, that's usually where it's a problem for me.
Okay. I got a lot of respect for y'all. I got a lot of respect for you and your wife, because y'all have laid some good, hard foundation to be able to just be open in that space, because I think a lot of people just are not open in that space.
Agreed. I have respect for definitely everyone, just because of the communication. The
it's a lot of work.
Communication alone is just that's so huge.
In most relationships, it's more the society that seeps in to try to tell you how you should be in your relationship. As I said, fuck society. Make sure you and yours is happy. If you can do something to make your wife happy, do it. If it's something that she want to do, try it at least once.
Yeah, absolutely.
It won't ain't gonna hurt nobody as long as everybody's clear. All minds are clear.
Yeah, and that's something that we say often. It's, this relationship, it's about us. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have the hard discussion, regardless of how hard it is. And we're going to get through it. And I believe that. And she believes that. So I think that works for the two of us.
Okay. We're going to go ahead on and wrap this up, because my stomach is growling.
Oh, what you about to go eat, Teresa?
Why didn't you say Chinese food? No, Mexican food. We're going to make that trip. I'm going to drive.
She driving.
Okay.
I'm going to drive.
This will be my first time going. I've had it, but this will be my first time going to this certain location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So, final thoughts. L-Blaze.
My final thoughts. I don't know. Like, keep the communication going and just be open in marriage. I feel like sometimes I act like we still newlyweds and stuff. So
that's not a bad thing. That's a great thing.
Yeah, it still seems like so new.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
So, but just be open, because I think, like, I've seen a lot of couples, and I hear a lot of women talk about their significant other, and I just wonder, like, if they were a little bit more open with themselves and their partner, where would they be?
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like, I don't think one person can be your everything for a lifetime.
Agreed.
I just don't believe that. So what does that look like when you do open Pandora's box, and how do you do it respectfully? That's it.
There you go. Adrian?
And this is more or less an affirmation that I need to follow, but I will share it with other people. Conflict is not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not.
Have the hard conversation and be comfortable having those hard conversations. That is
Agreed.
the message.
I love
Agreed. DJ Talented?
I would say, following along with what they're saying, is be open-minded. Tell social media and society to kick rocks. Deal with what you got in front of you the way that you deal with it. Make sure you telling the truth and you're communicating and making sure that it fits you and your spouse. You don't got to go by nobody else's rules. You do what you do, and that's it.
I'm going to echo that. Your rules are your rules. Society doesn't dictate. You dictate. And just as long as everybody is communicating, transparent, and respectful, it is what it is. Fuck everybody else.
Fuck them up against the wall with handcuffs and crazy glue on their lips.
Inspirational quote: "Love isn't lost in marriage. It just waits to be awakened. Choose each other again and watch the spark remember its way home." All right. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, Teradome Entertainment, The Comfort Zone, Tech Vibe Solutions, SureHaul Logistics, Steel River Solutions, Software Solution, and 721 Designs. Join us every week for Coffee Talk here on Teradome Entertainment. Go to Teradome ENT YouTube to catch this and other podcast shows. I am your president, MiZZ Entertainment. You can contact me at MiZZ_entertainment_ATL. And my DJ Talented.
Instagram, DJ. You done made me forget it this damn time. DJ Talented.
Time.
No, I don't.
Shit.
Not on Thursdays.
That's why today ain't Thursday.
DJ Talented _1. The number.
All right. L Blaze.
Biz Coach, the number 7, the number 2, and the number 1.
There we go. Special guest, Adrian.
And my Instagram is photos.control.alt.delete, spelled just like the keys on a keyboard.
All right. As always, I'll leave you with this. Be kind to each other, love one another, and keep God first. Thank you for joining, and we're out.
Peace.